Welcome into the replay, everybody. This is America's Life Coach Live. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Diva is here and Lisa's here, Misty's here. Listen, I'm Stephen Lovegrove and I'm grateful to be with you today. I am up at a crazy hour, but one of the things about being an entrepreneur and being all about that freedom lifestyle is that you roll with it. So I had a very early morning anyway, and I just decided my body woke me up at a super early hour, even earlier than I needed to be up, and I just decided to roll with it. Angel, hello, so good to see you here. Dimitri is here. So as you guys know, we are in the final 10 days of the year, and in these final 10 days, I have just been giving you guys the very best of my content, and it's not just like a recap of this year or rehashing stuff from this year, but really brand new, valuable content that I've been excited to share. I want to make sure that we end this year with a bang and that we get you all set and ready to go for a brand new year. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Glad to see all of you here in this scope. Good morning to you, Angel. It's so good to see you here. So welcome in, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm not going to ask you guys for hearts or for shares because that is not how I like to roll now, but I'm just going to give you the best of me and try to add as much value as I can during this scope. So let me go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Stephen Lovegrove, and I am proud to be America's Life Coach. I work with top performers, specifically entrepreneurs, leaders, and public figures. I help people develop their own personal vision for success, and then I help them achieve it while holding on to their health and happiness. So that is me. Ian Jennings is here, and I'm very glad that you decided to stop by this morning. Thank you for the hearts, everybody. Thank you for sharing. This is America's Life Coach Live, and the following content could permanently change your life. So viewer discretion is advised. But listen, you guys, I'm going to be doing two early morning scopes for you today. Scope Spy is here. Hello. Thank you for watching from Russia. So in this quick scope, I want to talk about a study that was done of high earners, specifically studying millionaires and billionaires. We're going to group them together and call them high earners. Suka, hello. For the purpose of this scope, we're going to group them together and call them high earners. And the goal of the study was to figure out what sets high earners apart. Is it the family that they grow up in that leads to their success? Is it the background that they come from? Is it the networking that they do and the connections that they have? And this study looked at thousands and thousands of high earners, again, of top performing individuals financially, to figure out what is it that sets them apart. And I'm sure you're curious about that. You're in this scope because you're curious about that. And let me tell you, the study identified 3 specific things, but it might not be what you think. It was not the neighborhood they grew up in, the relatives they had, the college that they went to. Gabby is here. The study identified 3 things. Joanne is here. 3 things that set these high earners apart, but they may not be what you think. And so I'm going to share those with you right now for just a quick 5-minute scope. The 3 things that set high earners apart are: they did not let fear, lethargy, or self-sabotage hold them back. If you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. This is super valuable information. If you want to type it out in the comments so everybody has it here, that would be even better. When this study looked at millionaires and billionaires, here's the only thing that they could conclude set them apart. They did not let fear, lethargy, or self-sabotage hold them back. Now, David is here. What's up? Here's what I love about the findings of this study, right? The study did not say that these people never ran into fear, never were tempted by lethargy, never experienced self-sabotage, right? The study didn't say that these people never experienced those things. It just said when they came to those points and those moments, they didn't let any of those three things hold them back. And it turned out that made all the difference. You know the Robert Frost poem you read in high school about there were two roads and they diverged and I took the path less traveled and that has made all the difference, right? Well, this is one of those instances where two paths, everybody arrives at that fork in the road where they have to make a decision. They have to go one way or the other. And you gotta accept the fact that which road you choose is going to matter and it is going to make all the difference. And so again, you guys, here's the three things, right? When top performing individuals, we're talking millionaires, billionaires, this is a study of high earners. When they run into fear, lethargy, and self-sabotage, which are things all of us are facing, especially if we're entrepreneurs and leaders and public figures. But when it came to these high earners, they didn't let these things get them off track. And so I love the results of this study because it just confirms what I've always known. And unfortunately, that energy is not welcome in this space. But this study just confirms what I've always known and what I've been saying from the beginning, which is the real work you have to do is internal. And I just want to speak a word this morning to somebody. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for sharing. Well, you know what? I think it's important for all of us to take control of the energy in our lives, in our spaces, and we have the opportunity to do that in Periscope, for sure. If you're not vibing with, agreeing with, connecting with the message, you can always hit the X and find another scope where you fit. But I think it's the responsibility of the moderator in Periscope to take control and responsibility of the energy in this space. And the messages that were being sent, not something that's gonna work for us. Carr is here, Wes is here, MLE is here. I gotta go in like 3 minutes. So let me just recap the information for those of you just popping in. In a study done of millionaires and billionaires, they were trying to figure out what sets these people apart. And what they found is the one thing that sets high earners apart is that they did not let fear, lethargy, or self-sabotage get them off track. And that made all the difference. And I was sharing, as a life coach, I love this because to me, this just confirms what I've always known. The real work happens in here. When you do the work internally, your external reality changes. And I just wanted to speak a word this morning for somebody who is stuck on something externally. You may need this reminder. Let me tell you, what's up, Michelle? Glad to see you here. Let me tell you, I woke up to an email that was not the most fun, not so thrilling, not what I wanted to read this morning. And yet, even in that moment, I chose to remember the real work that I have to do is always in here. When I change what's going on internally, my external reality will always follow. And that's what this study found, right? The people who never become high earners, something held them back. And according to this study, it is most often either fear holding them back, lethargy holding them back, or self-sabotage holding them back. But that's what's making the difference. It's not the neighborhood somebody grew up in, the family they have, the connections they have. Those are the things that are holding them back. And so again, it just confirms this is where we've got to do the work. This is where people get held back. And if you can push past the resistance here, you can succeed. So I got to go in 1 minute. I want to give you 2 calls to action. First of all, if you would say, Stephen, there's something I'm trying to create in my life, but I know that fear is holding me back. Lethargy is holding me back. Self-sabotage is holding me back. My own limiting beliefs are holding me back. I would love to do a discovery session with you, give you more information about my coaching and help you get clear on the work that you have to do. And I'll do one for free for anybody, anywhere in the world. This is my Twitter handle. It's Dr. Lovegrove. Take a screenshot, DRLOVEGROVE, and I will send you the private scheduling link so we can get a discovery session set up and I can help you get clear on the fear, the lethargy, the self-sabotage that is holding you back. Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Misty. Thank you, Dreamcatcher. I appreciate that. The other call to action I have for you is if you're tired of holding yourself back and being your own obstacle in the way of your dreams, I want you to join my free 7-day empowerment challenge. So many of you already have. Many of you in this scope already have. But if you haven't, my website is on my profile. My website is in the title, and I would love to have you there again for free. But thank you guys so much for being here. Happy holidays. Stay tuned. I have so much content coming your way this week as we finish out the year. I am gay, absolutely, and I love it, and I love the way God made me. But you guys, that's all I had to share with you today. Keep moving forward in the direction of your dreams. Goodbye. Thank you for being here, and I love you and believe in you.